Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus for the Game Boy Advance. In the last episode, I decided to try Battle Mode for the first time. And as you can see, I kind of like what I have seen so far. You're in a small room, you automatically have your weapon, you avoid the enemies as best you can while trying to collect as many crystals as you can to reach a qualifying score. And if you meet that qualifying score, you go on to the next round. You go on to the next map. Otherwise, you have to do the map over. I actually got a chance to do the first 7 stages, the first 7 maps all over again with a fresh start, with a fresh file. And for maps 1 and 2, you do have to get 15 on both of them to qualify. So I did manage to find that out after doing the last video. Anyway, we're on map 8. We need to get a grand total of 20 crystals to qualify for map 9. So let's go ahead and do this. And oh, this is fun. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted. No, it isn't. So for this one, are you kidding me? You have to pay attention to where the arrow is, and all the while, you have to get to the crystals as quickly as possible, so that way you can get to the qualifying total, which is something that you do want to do. Really? We're gonna do it this way? Well, at least I have invincibility, so I got that working for me. Well, I would get it to work for me if things would go my way. Man, this is going to be the first really tough one. Not going to lie. And it'd be a little less tough if I could not get zapped. Now, that is a recovery right there. So, you really got to take your time. You really got to know the geography of that room. And you just got to pay attention to how the lasers are firing. You just got to really be used to that pattern in conjunction with the room layout. I'm surprised I was able to do that one first try and get 20 at the very last second. And by the way, as I said in the end of the last video, I am doing this Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle style. Meaning that what you see here is my real reactions or me trying to concentrate really hard because I've never played these levels before. And wow, that was a map. Anyway, 9. We need 15 for this one, and oh boy. Okay, so we got 4 corners here, more or less. And we got 6 potential places to find a crystal in this room. And I am taking way too much time going through here, mostly because I'm getting attacked once or twice. Much to my irritation. And it's a good thing that the arrows are really good at telling you where stuff is. Otherwise, this would be an outright pain. And these other rooms, you really can't rush through them. you really cannot rush through them at all. And then you have the problem of the blocks just regenerating on you and kind of trapping you for a few seconds longer than you would like. Would have liked to get that one last crystal, but unfortunately I got trapped in the room. But hey, at least I had enough crystals for that. So that room, you got 2 soldiers in the center. You got 4 corners that you have to break the blocks to get into. And there are 6 possible places to put a crystal. You really got to be on your toes for that one, and you kind of can't rush in that room. As I picked up. All I can say is I'm glad that the blue arrow that tells you where the crystal is in case the crystal is off screen is very good at doing its job. At least it does that. So anyway, map 10. We need a qualifying score of 25. And do we have a big laser? We have a big laser. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And there are quite a few places for crystals to show up. I wonder if there's a pattern. Seems that way. Almost. Well, at least there's at least 4 different places to get crystals. And thankfully, in case you need to duck down after grabbing a ledge, you can do that just by holding down as you pull yourself up, which makes getting hit a little more difficult to do, but not by much. And it's a good thing I got a big crystal. And I kind of need you to... Perfect. And didn't really want to lose crystals that way. Let's get that. I'm not going to get that in time. 35. Not bad. I want to keep double tapping. I keep wanting to keep double tapping left and right when I am in these later rooms. But I keep thinking against it because I have the feeling it's going to get me in trouble. I mean, I will use a nunchaku float with Mikey if I have to. But I do not really want to run unless I absolutely have to. Just to do like a shoulder tackle or to make it a little easier to get to a place within a specific amount of time. But most of the time I haven't been doing that, and it's really been kind of saving my bacon a little bit. I'm not getting hit as much. I'm not taking... Well, I'm always taking risks in these maps, but I'm not doing as many dumb things as I would if I were to just rush everything. So, map 11, we need 20 to qualify. That guy has a whip. And this guy needs to get away from me. So we got 4 pinball bumpers to play around with. It'd be a little easier to move around if the game would let me. It'd be a little more easier to move around if this guy wasn't such a spoil sport. It'd be a little easier to move around if this guy didn't hit me all the time. Man. I mean, I like the layout for this room. But this guy with the whip is kind of making it a pain in the butt. And I would also appreciate it if the guy didn't grab me if I got way too close. Now, if I can get this one crystal, I'll be able to get myself a little bit of breathing room. Can't get that one in time, but I got a little bit of headway there just at the last few seconds. 26. If I can get at least the first 8 crystals in a good amount of time, I am solid. I don't know if the switch from small crystals to big crystals are point-based or time-based. I'm kind of having trouble trying to figure that out. I'm beginning to want to think they're time-based, though. So that room, you got 2 little floor pads for jumping at the sides. You got the 4 pinball bumpers in the center, near, pretty much in the center of the room. And you got the guy with the whip who can make things a little more intolerable. As long as you can keep that guy far away from you, it makes things a little easier. And it also helps to have Mikey. I mean, I can kind of waste seconds in the air if I have a qualifying score just to make it a little easier to not lose those crystals and keep the total that I have. So map 12, we need 25. So, oof. My toe. My toe. So this room, there's a lot of spikes here. And I am afraid that I am going to hurt myself very badly doing things here. There are a good set of places for these things to show up. My toe. Again. I don't know what else to say other than my toe every time I get hit, because he's doing that. And almost anybody can, well, basically anybody who's played any of the beat 'em ups from back in the day will understand the meaning behind my toe. And that was an interesting room. You got to get used to the pattern a little bit, because they alternate as far as the where the spikes pop up will be. I mean, you do have safe spots for a little while at the bottom, and once okay, you kind of have safe spots at the bottom, but not by much. You got to pay attention for the upper levels. But once you have the patterns down, it's pretty good for the most part. I know that when the left, center, and right spike platforms have the spikes up, the middle level also has the spikes up. And when 2 and 4 at the bottom, I'm going through left and right here. 2 and 4 being the ones to the sides of the center one are up. I believe the top one will be up as well. So 1, 3, 5, gotta watch for the spikes on the middle. 2 and 4, you gotta watch for the spikes on the top. Once you get everything figured out just a little bit, you can kind of figure out what you need to do in there. I like that room. Really did. And of course we did get the qualifying score of 25. Not sure if I mentioned the qualifying score. Anyway, map 13, we need 20. How's this one gonna go? Oh, fun. Okay. Let's get him out of our hair. Figure out where everything's gonna be, and then try to get places safely. Now, sadly, You can't knock them into the floor plate, although that kind of would make things a little worse if you could. And if you would not shoot me... If you would not shoot me, that would make things a little better. I do not like you. Please don't shoot me. Thank you. And apparently you have to do a successful bounce to do the float with the nunchaku. And wow, I am having a very terrible time. This was a hard one. And I hate landing that way because you do lose a little time. You are down for a little while. This was a hard one. This was a pretty weird one. Yes, I do want to continue. And it's a good thing you have 45 seconds. Can you not hit me, please? So this one, you really got to be able to land where you want to land. And go where you want to go. You got to be like Fleetwood Mac. You really got to know. You really got to be able to go where you want to go. Is that a Fleetwood Mac lyric? It's been a while since I heard Go Your Own Way. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, get up there. I can never understand why they need to put something here. Don't. Ah! I don't like this layout. I mean, it's pretty cool in theory, but this one is hard to move around in unless you know how to get places. Hence why I kind of made the Fleetwood Mac reference, and if I could have moved a little more easily, I could have gotten this and qualified by now. Come on, game. The two big problems with this area are the layout and the guy with the gun, obviously. Like, the guy with the gun guy is obviously a problem. Because he can make getting back up a bit of a pain, especially when he's already seen you. No. Ah! And I would like to do this and have control. Get off me! It's a good thing I'm able to throw my nunchaku downward and stun folks. As Mikey. And it's a good thing I was able to hit him before he could grab me. Okay. If I could grab one more thing, I can just float and then it'll all be over. Good. Barely qualified with 22, but that was the thing. That was the thing that we were able to do. And map 14, we need 25 to qualify and go on to the 15th map. There are 3 green spaces at the bottom with question marks. And I don't know what they're going to get me. I don't know what they're going to be. Maybe they'll be super hard maps that will take a good while to do. Maybe they'll be surprise maps. Maybe they can be other things. Maybe they can be cheats. I don't even know. But if I were to complete maps 14 and 15 and qualify for those, I may be able to see. So join me next time when I take on maps 14 and 15 and see what else there is in battle mode. Because, again, we have those 3 green spaces at the bottom. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!